Honor Sniper. Coming here with another video, and I hope you guys are doing fantastic, doing alright. I'm still doing pretty well. And I am still very in a good mood and very excited. And you guys are still probably wondering why. So, if you guys did not see the video I posted talking about it, I suggest go rewatch it, or if you guys haven't watched it, go watch it. This will be technically part 2. So, you guys, it has something to do with Dead by Daylight. And after 3 years of waiting, ever since this DLC has been released, they have not done any similar events for it. But now, they have. And you guys are probably wondering what it is. Well, you guys can already take a guess because I already said it in that video. But in case you haven't, then so Dead by Daylight is bringing back and doing Resident Evil event. And this is the day I've been waiting for. I knew sooner or later they would bring back Resident Evil. Well, technically, I would say do an event for Resident Evil. And fortunately, they did, and I have waited. And now the time has finally come. Still. So, here's what's happening. And unfortunately, I got a tiny bit of bad news, and I'm kind of like a little disappointed, but still very excited and still in a good mood. So, fortunately, there's still no any announcement for the next Resident Evil game, so still nothing on that. But for the event, and here's another thing, and I'm pretty sure my partner will be very happy to hear about this. But in case you guys have already heard, go check on the Dead by Daylight channel, and you guys gonna go to their community, go to the community post on their channel, and you're gonna see the events of this whole entire month of February. But still, what's happening? Not only they're doing a Resident Evil event, but they're also bringing back Dead by Daylight 2 versus 8. And this time, for the next killers they're going to add, the Resident Evil killers. We're talking about Wesker, Nemesis, and fortunately the Blight, even though, well, the Blight's already in it, but this time they're going to add the G. Birkin skin, so that way it will be also a part of the Resident Evil event. As for Legion, on the other hand, I think maybe or maybe not, because Legion is still not in 2 versus 8. But the reason why they're gonna add Legion is because since one of its like Hunk, the Grim Reaper Hunk, since Legion's skin is Hunk, Legion might also be the next, like, the 3 killers that 2 versus 8 is gonna be added. So the Wesker, Nemesis, and Legion will be the next 3 killers in 2 versus 8. And I have waited long for this moment. So that means me and my partner will have some fun, because a Resident Evil professional like myself, and not to mention I'm a huge, and I know you guys are probably getting bored of me, but trust me, and I don't care what people say, but, and I'm not the only one. There are other like billions or thousands or billions of people, but I am very huge fan of the Resident Evil series. I played their games, watched their movies, everything. And I am real after 3 years ever since Wesker's DLC was released, because it was released in 2020, well, 2022, and it's been 3 years since Dead by Daylight has not done any events with Resident Evil. But now they're bringing it back. 2 versus 8 and the Resident Evil event. Now, before I get more happier, I have a tiny bit of bad news. So, unfortunately, this is really disappointing, and I was really, really hoping they would. But, unfortunately, Mr. X, if you guys recall the last video when I said rumors saying that he'll be the next killer to be added, well, bad news. Looks like those rumors were not true. Mr. X, Mr. X is not going to be the next killer for DBD. And I was really looking forward to it, because if they added another killer from Resident Evil, because me and every other single Resident Evil fan have been asking to add him, because people like, they want like, and I also forgot to mention this, the rumors before, when I heard about them, they were separate. The first rumor saying that he will be the next new killer, like new powers, punching, yeah. But the second rumor I heard about that I kinda didn't like, because just like the Blight and Legion, he would be a skin for Nemesis, which technically that would be unfair, because why would Nemesis be Mr. X? Because sure, they're both tyrants, that's true, but they have different powers. But unfortunately, those rumors were not true. Mr. X is not coming to DBD. But I am not giving up. I'm still hoping sooner or later in the future, and I'm telling this to the company of Dead by Daylight right now. Please, please, very please, add Mr. X, and including any other killers from Resident Evil. Because I'm not begging, I'm just asking very nicely. Please, please add Mr. X to the next, because so far we only have 2 killers, well, 4 killers. 2 of them are skins and 2 are from Resident Evil. Only Wesker and Nemesis are the only 2 killers from Resident Evil. The other 2 are just skins, but still fun to play, but just skins. The Blight as G. Birkin and Legion as Hunk. But I am going to say this, please, in the future, please add Mr. X for the next killer. Not as a skin, but as a killer, separately. Please, Dead by Daylight. Please. That's all I'm asking. And I'm pretty sure not just me, but including every other Resident Evil fans are asking for this. So, yeah. Even though it is, yeah, I'm kind of like very disappointed right now because trust me, I have played Mr. X in Resident Evil Resistance, and come to think of it, well, oh yeah, comes I almost forgot. So, okay, and there's also another bad news, and I'm guessing some players didn't like. Some Resident Evil fans like me, I like it, but there were some kind of like disconnecting, or the matchmaking was not like working properly right, I would say. But there's a bit of bad news. One of the Resident Evil games is gonna be shut down. Well, not shut down, like, okay, how can I say this? There are two Resident Evil games that are online: Resident Evil Resistance, and the other one from Resident Evil. Like, Resident Evil Resistance is from Resident Evil 3 Remake, but there's another online Resident Evil game that's crossplay, and it comes with Resident Evil Village. So here's some bad news. Resident Evil Reverse, you guys, like, like the online where you play as, like, when you play as like any of the characters from Resident Evil, and fortunately, you know what? I'm just gonna say it. So this year of 2025, and even though I have not streamed it much, like I haven't streamed it for, I would say, 2 years, but I might stream it again. But I got bad news. Resident Reverse, I mean Resident Evil Reverse is gonna be shut down. That means it's no longer gonna be playable. And you guys wondering when? June 22nd. That will be the last day players will be able to play. Because right now Resident Evil Reverse is still playable. You can still play it. But by the time we get to June 22nd, it's gonna be gone. No longer online and no longer available. I'm guessing some players did not like it, or I don't know. To me, it was okay, but I guess some players prefer Resident Evil Resistance, I guess. But it's really such a shame. But since I am a Resident Evil fan, and since I do like playing Resident Evil games, I will be streaming Resident Evil Reverse. But like I said, the server, I guess, is kinda, and to you guys it might be just a little bit boring, because no offense, but I'm not saying like I do like them both. I like Resident Evil Resistance and Resident Evil Reverse, but Resistance is better. Like, you guys understand what I'm saying. Reverse is compared, like, it is good, but if I have to give it a rating, Resistance will be a 9 and Reverse will be a 7. To me, of course. So, yeah, that's the two bad news. Mr. X is not coming to Dead by Daylight, but I'm still hoping eventually he and any other killers from Resident Evil will be added to Dead by Daylight eventually. And Resident Evil Reverse, well, even though I haven't streamed it for, I would say maybe since 2022, I guess, or 2023, I can't remember. But since this year, when we get to June, it's really going to be a disappointment since I guess some players did not like it or maybe complain or I don't know. But still. But I will be streaming it again. Yeah, just for old times. As for Resistance, on the other hand, well, I've been going back after I finish my streams, but the matchmaking, it just takes too long because, like I said, before I became a streamer, a lot of players, including some Twitch players, hated me and complained. I did block them, of course, but when you block some games, when you block a player, you won't see them again. And Resident Resistance is one of them. So if I block, like, depending how many players I fought against, they might block me or I will block them. But still, maybe sooner or later I will return to Resistance eventually, but still, I'm just gonna be waiting until maybe hopefully more players play that game, and yeah. But on the bright side, I am still excited. And enough of the bad news. Now let's continue with the good news. So, like I said, 2v8 and the Resident Evil event will be happening on February 10th, which is Monday, which is tomorrow. Because right now it's Sunday in the morning, like it's 12 a.m. at my time right now. So, tomorrow, I am really looking forward to this day. And that's not the only thing. They're adding not only Wesker and Nemesis into 2 versus 8, they're also adding new skins to not only the killers, but including the Resident Evil survivors as well. So, and if you guys want to know what it is, like I said, go check on the Dead by Daylight channel, go to the community post, and you guys will see what I'm talking about. And I am very, very excited for this. And I'm pretty sure my partner will be happy. And this event will be happening throughout February 10th all the way to February 25th. So even though it's going to be a short event, well, I would say 2-week event, I am still going to be really excited doing this. So for the next 2 weeks of February, I am going to be streaming Dead by Daylight just to honor Resident Evil, but also honor Dead by Daylight and say thank you very much for bringing back the Resident Evil, bringing back Resident Evil, because now, not only me, but including any Resident Evil fans, it's time for, because Resident Evil is taking over now. It's our turn. I know that sounds weird, but still, it's time for Resident Evil time. Because 3 years we have waited, and now the wait is over. It's our time to do this. I am really going to be happy for this. But still, for the 2 bad news, like I said, and I'm saying this one last time, even though the rumors were not true, I am asking very nicely in the future the company of Dead by Daylight and Capcom as well, please bring not only Mr. X, but any other killers from Resident Evil. Please. That's all I am asking. And I'm pretty sure other Resident Evil fans, like myself, are also hoping for this. And as for Resident Evil Reverse, I mean, it will be sad, but might as well stream it for the remaining months until it gets shut down. All right. Well, that's all I wanted to share. Oh, okay. Oh, I stopped myself. So one more good news. Now, as you guys recall, back when I said in 2024, there are 4 games that I am waiting to be released, and one of them is already been announced when it's going to be released, and unfortunately, it's on PlayStation 5, which I already have, of course, and it's not pre-ordered, not yet, but it's going to be released somewhere on this month of February. I'm not going to say when because I'm keeping that secret. So that's 1 down, but 3 more to go. Or, hold on. I could have sworn there were more. Oh, yeah, yeah. 4. Yeah. So, 1 down, 3 more games to go. So, I'm going to still wait for an announcement, another trailer. So, that's 1 game down, 3 more to go. And as for the DLCs, there are multiple. If I have to guess, I'm saying 7 DLCs or more that I'm going to be waiting until the time when it's released. So, stay tuned for those. I am really looking forward to this moment. So, yeah. Anyways, that's all I want to share. So, for real this time. So, don't forget to like and subscribe. So, peace out. Stay safe. And 24 hours until the event happens. So, if my partner or any of my Twitch friends who play Dead by Daylight, I have waited long for this moment, and still, I don't care what players say. I am going to enjoy this battle. And nothing will ever. I don't care if anyone is against this or. You know what? Forget it. You guys know what I'm saying. But still, 24 hours. The clock starts now. And normally I would do that video how I did in the last one, but I'm not gonna do it this time. Anyways, don't forget to like and subscribe. So peace out, stay safe, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Peace.